Mr. Jim's gonna give us the invocation and the flag salute.
Okay, we need all,
Please stand.
everybody stand. So Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for everyone here today. Let us do our business wisely, and we ask you to bless everybody in here and give them health and peace and strength in this year to come. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
All right, make sure you turn your mics on. Thank you everybody for being here today. We'll try to get this going and not keep everybody here for 2 hours, I think like our last one did, so.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's have a roll call, please.
All right, Chairman Hunt,
I am here.
Vice Chairman Anthony,
Here.
Trustee Thorpe,
Yes.
Trustee Scherer,
Here.
Trustee Reed is absent, Trustee Patel is also absent, and I am here.
Okay. First order of business, approval of minutes. Last minutes, everybody get a chance to look at those?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from July the 30th.
Okay, we got the first. Anybody want to do the second?
I'll second.
All right, thank you.
And then I guess we need 16 next.
Okay, Chairman Hunt,
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe,
Yes.
and I also vote yes. He seconded. Do you also
yeah.
vote yes, since you
Yeah,
seconded?
they have to still.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
We good? Debbie, did you approve that one too?
Yes.
You did? Okay. All right, so let's go into the review of the financial reports. Ms. Grace? I missed the special call. Oh, the
August
special
16th.
meeting minutes, okay. I
Yes.
wasn't for that one. So, anybody have any questions on that one?
No.
Get a motion to approve that one?
I make a motion?
Okay, second?
I'll second. Trustee Patel is absent, Trustee Reed is absent, Trustee Scherer,
Yes.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Anthony,
I was
you were abstained. Chairman Hunt?
I was not here, so stay. Okay. Did you?
I also vote yes, as I was here.
Thank you.
Thanks. Sorry, I was making my notes for Grace.
She always blamed her.
Grace. All right, now we can talk about the financial reports. What? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so currently we have a balance in our checking account of $576,938.35. According to our tax revenue, we are currently down $24,596.85 over last year at this same time. That's due to the closure of the Budget Inn and the Econo Lodge rooms being closed, is what we are assuming here. But yes, that our revenue is down $24,596.85 for both July and August combined. Outside of that, there have been no special expenditures that,
We think all of that's just due to the closure?
so far, I think we had our discussion yesterday, and how many rooms do you think we lost out of that?
About 60 just in the budget. So over a month-long period, we were estimating $8,000 to $10,000 in loss from not having that television.
Jeff?
Other than that, there were no expenditures that were not in the budget. However, it is also something to say that after today's requests, if we fund them fully as written, we will be at $140,000 of our budgeted items, which were budgeted at $150,000. So we need to probably really keep an eye on our expenditures for the rest of the year.
Okay. So we will definitely need to add that to next month's
Agenda.
meeting agenda to reallocate probably from the
From special products.
advertising.
special projects. We said when we did our agenda, our budget for this year, that we would have to go back and reallocate for special projects, and we will need to do that.
Okay. All right, any other questions on the financial reports?
Well, the only thing is the revenue from the hotels has gone down probably $10,000 a month, I guess.
Yeah, from the lack of less rooms.
The economy.
Well, but we also have less rooms available too,
No, it's not that. Like I said, we're not filling up either, so it's not, it's not like we're staying full.
right? So it's both.
And it depends on
Because
what the
Grace
chop
just
off-
said, I think we're 60 rooms less this year than we were last year.
We
That
are, but
has to have
the other
some-
ones, you'd think that since we're 6 rooms less.
You guys would be
that
more
all the rest
full.
of them be filling up, they're not.
Yeah.
And we do good when the Choctaws have a big event, but when they're not having a big event, on weekends we're slow too.
Yeah.
So to
Well,
put that
thinking
in
that's where-
further, perspective, last August of '23, we had $53,021.14 in income. This August, we only had $38,094.19 to date.
Okay.
We've slowed down a little bit, but anytime school starts, it usually slows down. But we're running about a 75% occupancy, so it's not hurting. It's not 90%.
And if we had another hotel line, all it would do is, our percentage would go down too.
Okay. So it
There's
seems
not
like we
enough
need
people
to,
coming in.
we need to figure out how to get people in town, which is why we're here, right?
You have a lot of employees that you can bring in and put them up in hotels, right?
No. I mean, I do, but no. Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, they are supposed to start working on the old Hampton again, but I think there's a deal with the Marriott flag too. That would help us if that opens back up also.
We still have to bring people to town.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I think that's our main objective here, right? So we have to do more. Okay, number 3. Actually 3 and 4 were items that were proposed that Janet wanted to be part of. She is not here, so we're going to table those
Okay.
to the next meeting. So now let's go into number 5, review the grant wrap-ups. So we've got the Texas Cornhole League updated wrap-up.
So I presented their wrap-up last month, and they did not have any of their paid invoices, which is a requirement for their grant wrap-up to be completed. So since then, they have gotten me all of their paid invoices, and I've added them in here. If you have any questions, I'll pass them on to him regarding this event.
So is this just the actual invoices? Did we have the
That part
actual?
was, yeah, that part was already approved. I just came back and said I'd give you guys the paid invoices.
Okay. All right, well, I don't have any questions on those then. Anybody have any questions on those paid invoices? We're good to go ahead and close this one out then? Okay. Do we need to do anything with that? Okay. Then let's move to the next item. Let's discuss, consider, and approve special project applications. So it looks like we have 3 today.
Yes,
That we're
your
gonna
agenda,
discuss?
your agenda states that we have 1 grant and 2 special projects, but they're actually all special projects. So we'll start with Choctaw and then follow through with the other A and B.
Okay.
We're on the Joint Riding Club.
No, we're gonna start with Choctaw. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
My name is Carrie Steve. I'm the Director of Arts for the Choctaw Cultural Center. And I've brought members of our powwow committee. We've got James Dry, Michael Roberts, Pat Moore, and Marcus Bob with me.
Welcome.
Do you have any questions or?
Can you just give us an overview of what the request is?
Okay, so it's for $25,000. We pay out close to $86,000 in prize money, and the tribe also does about 40 in expenses for us, so it's 120, 130 that we actually have in that budget. So with the 25, what we're wanting to do is increase our drum contest. And the past few years, the chamber has sponsored, or is it Imagine Grant, or which Discover Durant has sponsored the drum contest, and what we do is we take that 10,000 and we have a northern and a southern drum winner, and those two go against each other for a head-to-head overall grand champion, and we pay them an extra 5,000, and the runner-up gets 3,000, and then we also give them a special jacket that has the Discover Durant patch on it.
Okay. Let's see, now we did this last year as well, right?
Mm.
And last year you had about 7,000 visitors?
Yeah, each day.
And 300 to 500 will be staying in hotels?
Yes.
And I can attest to that. We were very busy during the powwow.
There's
Good,
several
yeah, I've
that
heard it
do
was a
stay
great
at the
event.
casino, but we like to have the different price ranges so that people can come into town because a lot of them travel with their families.
Okay.
So some of them out there will come to the hotels in Durant?
Yes, yes.
Well, Debbie says she saw it really,
I'm
really
saying
pick up
every year
last
the
year.
powwow
Did you
we
see
have
the same thing?
Ton of people.
So you're asking for how much?
25.
How much?
And what would this be used for?
It will go into the drum contest to make it bigger. We had 16 drums, so they usually have about 10 people, 10 to 20 with each drum group. So we had 16 last year that participated.
So this won't be paying for any drums or anything like that, right?
Yeah, it'll go into the prize money.
It does?
Yes.
It's not paying for drums, it's going into the prize money that people get for, competing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It still goes to the drum, but we just increase the prize money so that Discover Durant sponsors it.
Sure.
It is the overall championship. So these drum groups, they come from all over the United States, from as far away as California and North Carolina, and then all the way up into Canada. They come down to Durant for that weekend. Now, a drum group can consist of, normally at our powwow, we have 10 singers, between 10 and 12 singers per drum group. Now, 10 and 12, each one of those singers carries their family, which is normally 5 individuals. So you're bringing, one drum group can bring, a good 100 people with them, to the facility or to the community. And the talk of the powwow circuit right now, Durant is coming up, everybody is making plans to go. Now, I do want to make mention as well that powwow, it is a big business. It is becoming a very big business. I'm a professional dancer, and last year alone, we, as the Choctaw dance group, Anoli, we actually traveled to Namibia, Africa. We helped open a U.S. embassy there. We also traveled to Dubai and reestablished an embassy there. And then also we were part of a Louis Vuitton fashion show in Paris last January that was put on by Pharrell, the singer. And so powwow, it's big business, and it's getting even bigger. People are so excited about coming to see the Native American dances. Anywhere we go in the world, a lot of times they think we're already gone, but we're only living in history books. So we're really, when we go out, we really try to push people to come into our community to show them, hey, we're still here. We've just evolved into these new things. We're casino owners, that, we're still dancing. We're trying to hold on to our culture and those things like that, So the prize money that, we're requesting this extra 25,000. We already have money set aside for first, second, and third, and fourth and fifth for each southern categories and the northern categories. But this is to make it even better. This is to say, hey, you guys have an extra chance of making another $25,000. Come down here. This is going to be, it's good for them.
Yeah.
How much did you ask for last year?
10. We got
10?
10,000. And because powwow is big business, the prize money everywhere else is going up, and it's going up, it's going up. I've made mention to James Drive a couple of weeks ago. I was actually up in Canada. First place there is $50,000.
Wow.
For singing. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Now up there it's a little bit different because the community, they put in so much money into the singing contest, and their community is tiny. There's nothing around there, so they work really hard to try to make that one big event. They don't have anything else going on that in their communities during the year.
So that's why you're wanting another $15,000?
We're wanting $15,000 so somebody doesn't come in and because Demographically, we don't have a demographic. I mean, as a dancer, this weekend I'll be in California, you know. The weekend after I'll be in California. Last weekend I was in Manitoba. So as a dancer and as a singer, we go where the money is. We go where, you know, so my biggest fear is now is if we don't keep up with everybody else, another community can say like, well, Durant's going on, their prize money is okay, but we can jump over them and we can bring everybody to our community. That's why we want to make this.
Have you presented this to the Choctaw Tribal Council for extra money, say 25,000? Have you came to them?
Yes, we go to the Choctaw Council and we are always trying, we're always asking for.
And what did they tell you on that? Why did they not give you $25,000 more?
Well, we try to go this route first because we want to establish a relationship with the community here. We want to bring more people because we see this partnership between the Choctaw Nation and Durant is a huge thing. You know, we know that we're bringing money into the city of Durant. We know that we're bringing people that don't normally come this way. We're bringing them to Durant, you know, so we see this partnership as a good thing for our community and also for the city of Durant.
And so they turned you down on 25,000?
No, they.
This,
they-
so the
James, get
actual,
up here.
the information here says
You're
that,
going around with
George
it.
called me out.
hey,
This is the guy I
So-
wanted to see Penny.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jim.
so you're going around with it.
So the budget, our budget season is in October, so all the budget, council, we got the budgets last week and we're going through those right now, so every year, or every year the powwow grows and Carrie then, she goes to her director, hey, we need more money, through Michael then, we need another $10,000 or $15,000, $20,000. But, you know, every year from the existence of the powwow, this is the 19th year, it's grown. So, one of the main reasons, you know, I know, cause it's gonna add to the number of people that will come, because even at the casino, we're always having to do different things to drive revenue to get people, like the $1 million giveaways and different things like that, because, and even with Ho Chi Town, to be honest, Ho Chi Town, it's not doing as well as what, you know, we thought it was gonna do, but it will. But even talk about the hotel, you're down in hotel, we see that too, at even the other casinos, and even sometimes in Durant, because we have to have these other events to make sure people, you know, come to the resort and then they'll come into Durant and stay at the hotels. But honestly, and before I came on council, working at the casino, the powwow, yeah, we'd have quite a few of them stay at the casino, but the price range a lot of times on the weekend is out of that price range. And when you're trying to get Onyx players or high worth players and stuff to the casino, it benefits the city because a lot of the powwow dancers and their families will stay in Durant at the hotels. So.
and Debbie already confirmed that.
Yes,
last
And
week.
Carrie, and she they really they call her, and she promotes it, say, hey, you stay downtown Durant for this price or whatever, so it's not like they call, say, hey, you need to stay at the casino, we're gonna drop the rate like that just doesn't happen.
I can tell you that we did pull the data on this yesterday, and on Saturday, November 4th of last year, you had 7.6 thousand visitors to this event, and that 3% of those visitors did stay at a local Durant hotel. So for the $10,000 investment, we got about $1,000 worth of our tax back out of that. So we did pull the data and get hard numbers on it.
Now, when they do budgets next year, Mr. Stewart, they may ask for another 50 or 100,000 from the tribe, you know, to add on to even make it even more, even if y'all do approve this or not approve this, I can see them coming back every year asking for more funds just through the tribe, so.
So let me make this clear. You're wanting this money to make the prize money larger.
Yes.
Has nothing to do with buying drums.
No.
Because we can't buy what we're doing. We're into events and tourism, and we can't be buying equipment for this.
So explain to Mr. Stewart.
I mean, this bought it before in the last 3 or 4 years, and we can't buy equipment.
Because I was asking Michael the same question when we were just having lunch a while ago, but, because I was trying to have a better understanding, because when we do like an A group, which I call like, Aerosmith or something like that, that would be an A group at the casino, okay? So it's the same thing. I'll let you explain kind of the groups that, you get better groups, so it means more people are gonna come.
Right, so like I was saying, it is a big business, okay, we have drum groups now that are Grammy Award winners that do come to Durant, that are looking at coming to Durant. Now, these drum groups, they already have a drum, you know, it is the singing part that they're winning, you know. So they come down, already established, we're not giving them a drum, we're not buying a drum or anything like that. So the prize money that is there, that is going to them as a prize
Well, you're a dancer, right?
I'm everything.
So you gonna give us about 30 minutes of the snake dance?
I am a world champion dancer, I'm a world champion singer.
I believe you are.
You know, I've done everything when it comes to powwow. And I have the backing to go ahead and talk about whatever, anything, you know. As a singer, the most that I've ever won in a singing contest drum group was $58,000. And that was split between 10 singers, and that money, that powwow was probably in 2002 at Foxwoods. We still talk about that championship. You know, so that's something, they don't do that anymore because it's something that Foxwoods did, but it's something that's still talked about to this day.
So that's
And
November
where
the
we
1st to
won.
the 3rd?
I'm sorry?
The 1st to the 3rd?
And so you're a dancer and singer, now you're turning into an orator, right?
I am everything. Like when it comes to powwow, I'm a business owner when it comes to, and I go showcase powwow dancing and do shows all over the world. I do a little bit of acting, I do a little bit of theater, do a little bit of this and that. And it depends on what day of the week it is.
He's on billboards, his dad, his girl
Yes,
billboards.
exactly.
So if you wanna see him do it, you just need to show up.
I've
Yeah.
seen him do it.
Now, one thing we would like to do, and I know that some of you guys don't look this either, you know.
Mark, didn't you come in full dress? Was it last year?
Yes. So
Jim, do you
what-
not remember that? He came in full dress last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you came in full dress. I just know, I've been out there a few times before. It's always busy.
Right, and we would like
If somebody hasn't been out there, they need to take a look at this. The uniforms or the dance costumes can go as high as what, $50,000 to $75,000?
Oh, easy, yeah, easy. These are all very, very unique to that individual. One of a kind, nothing else out there. And all of these pieces are museum type quality pieces, you know.
That's right.
Some of these things, Mr. Moore here, he's actually over Jones Academy. And I'd like to actually invite him up here to talk about the history about, you know, this powwow style and how we're trying to pass that on to our next generation. But these pieces, yeah, they're priceless. A lot of these things are priceless, you know.
Tell us about the eagle feathers.
Eagle feathers? So, when it comes to eagle feathers, only certain individuals are allowed to have those things. Eagle feathers, one eagle feather, if you're caught with an eagle feather and you don't have the rights or the paperwork to have it, that's a $25,000 fine and 25 years in prison.
Yes, so really, Indians can pick up or get eagle feathers, but if you take a Caucasian, he can be in jail for it, right?
Well, even natives, if they don't have the paperwork. Yeah, even if we don't have the paperwork to establish that we have the right to have these feathers or where they came from, we could get in trouble for this as well. Yes. But a lot of those feathers, they're passed on from generation to generation, and that's some of those things that are priceless. But once again, what we're trying to do, and Chief actually asked me to do this a couple of years back, is trying to make a relationship between our Choctaw people and the city of Durant, because we know that that relationship is golden, you know. We want to make it to where people not only come to see us, but to come see the city of Durant as well. Now, last year, I own a company that's called Mother Earth Eco, and we use bacteria to digest fats, oils, and grease. And one of my contracts is with the Chickasaws and at West Bay. Last year when we were here, West Bay was just opening up, and they know about the powwow, and they were asking about how they could get people over there, you know, because they have and I know that they were full at that time. So if they're interested in it, I know that we've actually been approached by the Chickasaws to do something over there as well, but hey, I'm Choctaw first, and this is where we're staying, you know, so.
Have you asked them for any money, prize money?
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry?
here we-
Have you asked them for any prize money?
Not yet, you know, but that, like I said, they want to start something over there, but we like to keep this to ourselves. You know, we don't want to like, you know, flood the area here.
Yeah.
Now, there's powwows all over the country, any given weekend, you know. There's powwows all over the state of Oklahoma. This past week when I was in Ponca City, you know, and they had a great event up there. But when it comes to our powwow, we're the only one in this region, this neck of the woods, you know, and thankfully, nobody's trying to compete with us.
We don't want to go to Winstar.
Exactly. We also have, with Pat as well, we also have somebody with our tourism that can talk about the numbers as well, if you guys are interested in that, you know. But
Okay.
How much prize money do you have for this contest?
for
right
this
now?
contest,
Yeah.
the total amount is 86,000, right? For drums, 55,000, yes.
You know you're not a normal Indian, right?
I
Choctaw.
know I'm not, yeah.
Because you can talk a long time, and most Choctaws can't do that.
I make a living doing it.
You're Choctaw, aren't you, Jim? You talk a pretty long time.
So-
He'll go all over the world, but it's not, I don't want to speak for Michael, but I mean, we've had this conversation before, but they think that, you know, they see Michael said, well, you know, Oklahoma, do y'all have to live in teepees? And people, you know, in Europe and things like, they're fascinated with Native Americans, but they think it's still, you know, we're living back in the, you know, 1700s, 1800s, but they're just fascinated, and which draws tourism because they're curious to learn more about the culture and everything else. So it just helps, you know, tourism for you know, local economy and things too.
So,
Do y'all ever have a powwow over in Ireland?
I've been to Ireland several times to dance, and the relationship that we have with the Irish, I tell you, it's amazing.
It is.
I actually did a show at a place called the Foxtrot, and it's the oldest pub in Ireland. I don't drink, never drink a day in my life, but we were there performing, and we weren't there performing, we were actually there to eat, we were just passing through. They were up there doing their Irish song and dance, and our director from Oklahoma Tourism went up, and she made mention that I was in the crowd, you know, and the guy started bawling, and he was like, you know, he goes, we've got a special guest in the audience, you know, he's Choctaw from Oklahoma, and made mention, and I got a standing ovation, you know, and the guy said, you know, if it wasn't for the Choctaw people, my family wouldn't be here.
Was he gonna address this too?
Yes, yes.
Hey, real quick, since you're, real quick, so Ireland will be here, go ahead and tell them who's coming.
Sure, so Thursday evening, we're hosting Irish government leadership to celebrate the Choctaw and Irish relationship. So we will be having a concert featuring Runo, which is a band from the United States of Irish heritage, but they're being brought over. We've been working hand in hand with the Irish government. So the Prime Minister of Ireland will be here in Durant on Thursday evening at a free concert. So Choctaw Nation, Native American people, we're celebrating our relationship here. We're trying to bring even more people here through the powwow. We see so many visitors. Last year at our powwow, we had visitors from Ireland, from Australia, from across the seas, across the ocean, just to visit the Choctaw Nation powwow in Durant. And we're seeing even more relationships and international connections because of these relationships.
I actually had 2 Ireland people stay with me, and they would show me the picture of the original feathered thing that we. So it's a really cool. Yes,
all
very
right,
much.
so just to keep on time, let's
Yeah.
go ahead
We got
and.
one more person to speak.
And I'll try to be brief, but Patrick Moore, I've been working for Choctaw Nation for going on 7 years now as a superintendent at Jones Academy up in Hartshorn. So my perspective that I want to talk on, I'm not Choctaw. I'm Pawnee and Oto. Grew up in Pawnee. I come from a long line of dancers, a big dancing family, powwow dancing family. All of my family dances. And I was sitting back listening to this because I was asked to come in and speak, and as we were sitting here listening, I was thinking. And I came to the Choctaw to the powwow before I moved to Durant. So I'm a career educator, been in education all my career, going on 17 school years now. Here this year, been an administrator for the last 12. Spent 10 years at Riverside Indian School in Anadarko, where annually I've worked with kids from 24 different states, 80 plus different tribes, all that stuff. And I was sitting there thinking about it, and Durant, Oklahoma, for the last probably 10 years, has been the place where I see more of my family at any point in the year. It's like a family reunion for us. We always look forward to it. And even before I moved here and began living in Hartshorn, you know, we always plan this almost like a vacation, and that's the way a lot of people do. A lot of my friends that powwow and things like that, they plan it as a vacation. So I think there's this idea of, well, people are coming for the powwow. Well, in a sense, a lot of people spend their year or their summer, and this is kind of like the final going into the winter, like for the school kids and things like that, where they're planning this vacation to come stay here. And I can attest to that. You know, a lot of people don't stay in the casino. Those rooms that are set at those rates go fast. Since I've been here, a lot of people call me, and just because they know I work for Choctaw Nation, you live close to Durant? No, I'm 2 hours away, you can't stay with me. Unless you wanna drive, you know, but, I think I've only stayed, I've stayed in the Holiday Inn more times than I have in the casino, you know, so, and then just from the education standpoint, and I'll tell you this, within the powwow community across Oklahoma and across the country, the term Durant is more recognizable to the powwow than Choctaw powwow. More people say, are you going to Durant? Going to Durant than they say, are you going to the Choctaw powwow? Now, that's not a knock against the Choctaw Nation or anything like that. That's just, for whatever reason, that's the terminology that's used out there. So people recognize the city of Durant. And I'll say this piece about the drum contest, because myself, I'm a dancer and a singer as well. Always been involved in it. The Foxwoods drum contest that Michael spoke of, just kind of a quick story to put that in perspective. My dad is a singer, one of the kind of original members of one of the most successful singing groups that's ever been established. It would be like, I say, it's like putting the Rolling Stones back together. You know, they've kind of haven't been out for a while, but it's things like this, putting this up and putting up the big prize money that gets those groups back together, or gets these big groups, these big acts, you might say, to come in. And I've seen it here locally within Oklahoma, when tribes and powwows can bring in these big name drum groups, a lot more people come to the city and come to the area. And when there's more money to be spread out to those drum groups, and I'm saying this is how I've always done it. If I'm somewhere for a drum contest and we win, and we got some extra cash, we're taking advantage of the comfort of staying another night in a hotel, staying locally, and that money's going to go back into that community most likely. If we don't, if there's less to go around, then you're hitting the road, getting closer to home as soon as you can. So, you know, that's you know, those are the things that I thought of set back that I just kind of want to take a little bit of time and hopefully provide a little bit of clarity on the understanding of what's being asked for.
Thank you.
One last
You want to vote?
Yes.
One last thing that we'd like to add is that we would like to invite all of you guys to be our special guests for the true powwow experience. You know, to come into our green room, set up on the stage with us, and take pictures with some of the dancers, ask some questions, you know, and we can kind of like tell you what's going on, explain the dances and everything like that.
That's awesome.
That is also awesome, thank you.
So we can set up on the stage?
Yeah, if you want to sit, if you want to take the mic, you can take the mic as well.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
All right, let's take a vote. Anybody?
Yes.
All right, we got one approved.
I'll make a motion to give the 25,000 for the Choctaw Powwow, November 1st to the 3rd.
Okay, Jim
I'll go ahead
seconded.
and motion. Second.
All right, let's vote.
Okay, Chairman Hunt,
Yes.
Trustee Scherer,
Yes.
Yes.
and I am actually going to abstain from this one.
And I still have to vote.
Did we just vote?
I just made a motion, but I got to vote.
Ma'am, what was your vote?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the next one, Durant Riding Club.
See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Who is here for the Durant Riding Club?
Susan and...
Hello?
Oh.
Hello.
How are y'all? All right, you want to give us a quick update on what the ask is?
We're looking to try to upgrade our facilities, our lighting, concessions, all the electrical, is really outdated. It's been probably 60 years plus on our concession stand since they've had any updates. Most of the lighting that we've had improvements over the years, the research that I've done, back early 90s, we got some new lights, which were used lights from another ball field, to kind of get us by. Same thing back, I think, when Eric and them took over the riding club. So everything's really outdated. We're trying to put on or we're putting on a professional rodeo. We're trying to improve our facilities, trying to grow the event, grow our community, grow the Western heritage in this area. And to do that, you know, it takes some investment, and this is something that's very needed. We've been having some electrical issues the last couple of years, so. This is our first step in upgrading. Right now, a big step. It's gonna cost more than what we're asking for, but, I mean, that would be very helpful. You know, we're nonprofit, so the money that we invest in this is money that comes from the community, through y'all, through the rodeo we put on. And other events. We have probably 10 to 15 events a year. Some of them are big, some of them are small, but as we grow, we plan on growing and bringing more events to this area. Bigger events, more nights, and I think we're doing that so far. We got a good core group that really wants to expand and incorporate the fairgrounds, the fair board with us to try to promote the Western heritage, because the way I see it, it's kind of really fallen off the last 10 or 20 years. And if we don't, you know, get back a hold of it, it's gonna disappear. And
So these improvements, will that allow you guys to do more and bigger events?
So the rodeo that we put on is a professional rodeo, so it's the best in the country, best in the world comes to the professional rodeo. It's kind of like their dance they were talking about. We have the same thing right here in Durant.
Don't the ones that come here for that go on to Las Vegas?
Yes, there are a lot of the same people. So being a PRCA rodeo, you know, that's as big an event as you can have. We couldn't have a bigger rodeo event in Durant. I mean, we're bringing the best that we can. And just like them, the more money that we can invest into them coming, the more money, because the money that gets them to the national finals or the finals is money earned. It's not money given to them. Sponsorships doesn't get them there. So the more money that we can invest in this rodeo, the more money they can win, the bigger the names that come to town, the more people come to town. And we do a great job. I mean, I really feel like we're doing a great job with our rodeo. We're trying to get our rodeo on TV. So the Cowboy Channel puts on, I don't know, 100 rodeos a year on TV or more. And we're in works with them trying to get to that point. But if we do that, we want to make sure that we showcase our rodeo, Durant. We don't want to have a uh-oh in the middle of a rodeo performance and we lose the lighting.
Yeah.
And because everything's so outdated, that's something that we've been worried about for the last few years, and it's really kind of shown its ugly head the last year.
How long have y'all been doing the
The PRCA, we've had
5 years.
4 years.
So it's gotten
This next
bigger
year will
and
be
bigger.
our 5th rodeo. Now, we've had a rodeo for 84, 85 years.
Yeah, really.
So rodeo's ingrained in this community, and it's kind of gone away a little bit, but it's really coming back, and it's big money. There's a lot of money invested in it.
The rodeo's growing every year.
Don't we fund, we give them,
Southeastern
we give them some money for the rodeo, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we give y'all money every
You
year,
give
right?
money for the rodeo. Yes, you're a sponsor of the rodeo. This will be for infrastructure.
And this has came up on a couple of grants before. And I think it's gonna turn into a legal question for the lawyer. That's why I was asking them a while ago, are you gonna be spending that on drums or are you gonna be spending that on prize money? Because on the infrastructure, we're into promoting tourism on events. And a couple times beforehand, we couldn't get into the infrastructure. But I don't know, you know, we got a lawyer that's been with us 2 or 3 years, and I think it's gonna be a answer for him if we can go into the infrastructure instead of for events.
Well, and that's fine too, because, if we need to reword it in a way, to where it goes to the event, that's fine. That's how we need to go about doing it. Because we have,
Well, I think could be considered an event if you can't have this big event without these items being improved. What are your thoughts?
Infrastructure. I thought about this a lot yesterday,
Okay.
and I actually went and reviewed some of our documents. Infrastructure is not covered in our actual purview, which is the issue with this request.
Mm.
As much as I would like to vote yes for it and fund it, we can't do that. I know that historically there have been other items that have been done, but,
We used to do it for prize money or something, is that what changed?
So we just need to change the
But
actual
we
request.
appreciate y'all about, because y'all brought
I
in
think
a
it
lot
used
of
to be used for prize
many
money,
people
didn't
in the
it?
last 10 or 15 years, and,
well, you know,
and I
our
go for the
rodeos,
events, I just don't know if we can do that on infrastructure, or, it has to be toward the events, but that's a lawyer question on that.
I think this is one that we probably need to table, consult the attorney, make sure that this goes with
We need to
And
do
let
more
them get back with
investigating.
that,
Okay,
and then
so
get back with you.
Grace, will you take that down, get with our attorney, ask them what we can and can't do? We'll reach back out to you guys if we need to change the special project, then we can and get it resubmitted.
so the special project is just for the, an event. I guess I misunderstood.
From what Jim is saying is,
For buying-
it's not
buying and stuff like
paying
that.
for the infrastructure.
Yeah, but have you to ask the lawyer and get his opinion, and whatever he says is gonna be the main thing. We wanna stay within the law of this proposition.
And when is the
We
event?
appreciate them a
We were
bunch.
talking May. We have time.
How long will it take to get those lights replaced?
I have electricians I do commercial construction, so I'm in the industry. I mean, it's something we have the college rodeo that has an event at our facility. We really wanted to do some upgrades before they had their event because they use the lights.
When
It's
is that?
important to them too.
Yeah, when's their event?
Southeastern.
When's the rodeo? When's the college rodeo?
The end of September.
So what's your drop dead date on getting the answer to this?
We have a horse show out there first of September during the free fair. Then the college rodeo is at the end of September. We've already got a junior rodeo scheduled for next year. And then our rodeo is just rotating deal.
Yeah, we have an event fairly regular out there that sometimes some of them use the lights, some of them don't. And we have operating funds that we can, if we need to reword this to where we really need the help.
Yeah, I know for sure, we can pay for advertising, for your rodeo event, all of this coming up. All we have to do is have an okay from the lawyer to look at this.
So we
it's
can
more
have an answer this
infrastructure.
week. So we'll get back with you this week to determine whether or not we just need to resubmit something else, or they approve us paying for what you guys have already submitted.
Okay.
Okay?
And we thank for y'all, we're thankful for all y'all do, because you don't even get paid for this, right?
No, we're all
So,
nonprofit.
I'm telling y'all bring a lot of,
Teamwork.
you bring a lot of, money into the grant, we appreciate
Yes,
it.
they do.
So it sounds like you have our support. We just need to
Well-
make sure we do it legally, do it right.
And I completely understand and agree. This core group of people that we have right here are really trying to build that area. It's been kind of run down for years, and
Depleted,
it's not anybody's fault, it's just something outside our mind. And we're really trying to bring that culture, that industry back to Durant.
Sure.
And,
It needs it.
we do need it, and we need diversity. Everybody wants diversity, we need to bring back the Western heritage for some diversity, so.
Well, we thank y'all for your work.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
So we'll let them know something, right?
Yep.
soon? Okay.
We got it down, and we've got some homework to do. All right, Durant Main Street. Hello.
I don't know what the procedure is, but I noticed in the packet it was missing 3 of our budget items because we're coupling 4 of our events. Do you
Why don't we just start with an overview and then you can talk about that too.
Okay, so that we're asking 25 and we're coupling all 4 of our main or special events for the Main Street program into one ask. That includes our Oktoberfest, which is happening September 28th. Then we have the Christmas Village in Market Square, which is in conjunction with the Light Up Durant. We're creating a village and an ambiance there. And then we are doing an art walk in February, the weekend of Valentine's Day. And then our biggest fundraiser, which we hope will eventually fill the gap of Dancing with the Stars, which is Met Gala, which will be held on May 3rd. In our proposal, we have added into our budget blocks that we could partner with local hotel chains to help promote their rooms and get special pricing for our visitors that are coming into those events.
So you don't have an actual forecast of how many people will be coming in?
We don't, because as you are probably aware, Main Street program is trying to rebuild itself.
Mhm.
It's been struggling for the past few years, so there's nothing for us, no data that we have to draw from. And the climate has changed since the pandemic with the events that Main Street has had, so we're kind of starting from scratch. We're using out-of-the-box thinking, we're using marketing promotions, and building the foundation to do from this point forward.
So the Oktoberfest that they have in, was it Munster? Is this, are you thinking this could be something like that someday, or?
That is our goal. That is our goal. For this event, we are just blocking off Market Square, and then hopefully, I haven't made this call yet, but we also want to block off just a portion of 2nd to 1st on Evergreen. And then our end result is we want to be able to block off all of Main Street from 4th to 1st for this event, have vendors down the center, have multiple sites that you can get beer or wine, work with our able license and our zoning that people can walk around and enjoy the festivities.
Getting in some different people to do different acts and.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, we are also, for this event, we have Market Square blocked off, and then we have Wash Street, the warehouse there that we're utilizing for the beer games, the Wiener Dog race. We're doing a parade down Main Street, or not Main Street, but the sidewalks. We'll end up in Market Square. We're having all kinds of contests, kids market, extended vendor gift markets.
How are you advertising it?
We're using, well, we have our social medias, we have radio things with the local radio stations, we also have news stations that we can key into, newspaper articles.
Okay.
How much is Main Street putting into this themselves?
$118,900 is our budget for these 4 events, and so we're
So
asking.
that's what you got in the bank?
No, that's what we have budgeted for these events, and we hope to raise this money through sponsorships, through booth rents, ticket sales, competition, doing competitions where it can be a fundraiser for people to run or to raise money for the program. As
So
well as
it's mostly gonna be a local and maybe up to Sherman Denison that's coming over here.
I hope so, and further than that, so.
Well, Munster, I think if you're aware of the Munster one, that thing is huge.
It is huge.
Where at?
Munster, Texas. They
Yeah,
do that
but
same,
they
is it,
tried it
the-
last
it's
year.
not the same time, is it?
No.
No, it's not. No, and again, please keep in mind that we are asking this for all 4 of our events for the whole entire year. So it's not just Oktoberfest that we're hoping to bring in money for the city, but it's for 3 additional events as well.
What are the dates for Oktoberfest?
September 28th.
Just
So it's a
one day?
one-day event?
Oktoberfest is a 1-day event. It starts at 8, it'll end at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Mm.
So we could see some,
So people
Some
just come
rooms.
and go home.
not
sorry?
necessarily,
Not
if
if
they're
they're
gonna be
drinking.
drinking.
Home 'cause it's
Now, if they're
Monday.
drinking, then most people, Gainesville sells out. Munster has no hotels, to my knowledge, yet.
And this is only one of 4.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of 4. So the other events, our art walk will be a weekend event. Met Gala will be an evening event, and then the Christmas Village, that will also be a weekend event.
What is that one gonna be?
The 6th and 7th of December.
And
It
so
will-
the gala will be held where?
So we haven't set on a venue yet, although I'm hoping that we can utilize one of our venues downtown.
So will it be in the square or where will it be?
No, it'll be inside, in
It'll be inside where?
We haven't chosen the venue yet, but I'm hoping to utilize the space downtown.
And Stephanie, will your vendors, they will be from out of town too, so they will
Yes.
need a place to stay also.
Correct. And to incentivize that, to incentivize people to stay over, is we want to partner with our local hotels and do a block and then market that as well. So they have special pricing for this event.
This is gonna be a one-day event too, right?
Which one?
And what's Main Street, what is that? The Christmas?
That is, we are going to create a Christmas village inside the market, and then we'll incentivize our businesses downtown for later shopping hours, and hopefully they'll be able to add to the ambiance of the event, doing window dressings, that sort of thing. And it is in conjunction with the Light Up Durant, where they'll have the 3 carriage rides on that weekend that will go down Main Street and then up to Southeastern and then back to Main Street.
So this will be in the square too, or just down the street?
The Christmas Village will be in the square, but our businesses will participate as well. The carriage ride is down Main, if that's what you were asking. It's down Main, over by the city, the Christmas tree lighting, and then up to the college.
Any other questions?
I don't, I appreciate downtown Main Street because we vote for a lot of things on downtown Main Street. But we put, probably, my personal opinion is we put more in downtown Main Street than any other place, because we have 4 the concerts, and that's over $150,000 to $175,000. Now you're asking for $25,000 more, and now that puts us over $200,000 just in this area, not anywhere else, not in any other shopping centers. We got 3 more shopping centers, and then you got the highway out there. So we spend a lot of money on y'all to have you going.
Yes,
we're talking more than half our budget goes down here
and
already.
that's a good place to spend your money, because Main Street downtown is the heart of the community. So that's where people gather, that's where they make connections, and when you have a flourishing community, then you have a flourishing tourist destination for people to be at. And just so that it's not confused, the money that you're spending on the concert series is a different organization. It's not the Main Street program.
Well, your proposition that came up, and we talked about this when we first got into it the first few months, because Janet come to me and Charles Calhoun, and it came to be, it's a tax on 4 businessmen out here on the hotels. It's a 5% tax. And what had happened, and we talked to her, and what came out the first year that we was up here giving money out for this, is that she said the same thing as we did. We wanted the event to come and put heads in beds in the restaurants too, but the heads in beds. And what we asked her to start off with the first year is we don't mind the 5% tax, which makes us up to what, 15 to 16%, as long as it helps us to get events that will bring in business, at least a one-night stay in the hotels, to where we can pick up some of that money that's been going into this. And we're looking at between $350,000 to $425,000 that you're taking away from about 4 businessmen out there. And all we wanted to do to start off with, and if you go back and look at some of those videos the first 6 months or a year, up here was a lot of heads in beds, because we wanted events that will put money back into the business that you're taking it out. Not a one-day event, but I'm talking about, and we appreciate what you're doing. Y'all do excellent down there, but we put a lot of money in there, and for half the budget to go in Main Street, I think we're going.
Well, it's a
far
totally
beyond.
different. You're counting everything that kind of goes in this area, but it's not all to one organization.
We understand that, but I'm talking about in this area of downtown Main Street. This is the money that's being spent there now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't got any. Well, the one other grant that was proposed, we funded last in the special event, right?
Yeah, if you take it all the way to concerts, you know, it'll be in line.
Well, the
with
concerts are
everything
getting bigger and bigger.
And-
Can we do something different next year? Maybe.
else. You gotta find another place, because, you know, people ain't gonna walk 10, 15 blocks to see somebody sing. You don't have any parking around there, and it's small.
All the people coming don't have cars?
Sure they do.
I mean, 'cause it's packed. The last
But
fall
when
series,
you
it
park
was
10 or
packed.
15 blocks away, you gotta walk that far, because there's no parking down there at all.
But people still showed up.
Yeah.
So outside
But
of
it's
concert
getting as
series
full as it'll
though,
be.
which is technically a different organization,
Yes.
this falls in line with what we're giving everyone else. And this is 4 events, not 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Listen, we have to invest. I mean, Durant, we have to do something.
And I get him about downtown, but that's what people come to, like she said, that's the center of our community, not the strip mall with the
Yeah.
weed stores in it. I mean,
I'd
I
rather,
don't think we can do it all. I think we in downtown needs to look at other sources of funding, the concert series. Honestly, I think we need to, try to get money out of the city or somebody else to.
one, we
make
know we're not
concert.
getting
But
money
the
out of
concert
city.
series through the chamber,
Yeah,
correct?
it's not anything to do with
So
the
that-
Main Street.
Although it's done in,
Yeah,
Market Square, that has-
100%.
right, and so that we need to look at that next year,
I mean,
whether
but-
we fund that 100% or
It's not
not.
a today thing.
But that doesn't have
We've
anything to
already
do with
funded it
this
this year.
actual
and
thing.
the,
Yeah, it's a
the
huge
events
one.
have everything to do with Main Street, because it puts you
Yep.
right down there amongst all the businesses, and so.
But there's
you
not
know,
any
the
hotels
concerts.
down there.
But we can't help what's already funded for the concert series. All we
Right,
can do
that's
is
the
look at
difference.
that for next year.
I think, in my opinion, we're not gonna progress if we don't invest. And
Agreed.
I don't, me personally, you know, I appreciate them. I just give them $10,000 instead of 25, because we have.
It's 4
already put-
events though,
we've
it's
already
not just
put-
one.
We've already put quite a bit of things down.
I know, but it's 4 events, not one. And if they have vendors coming for Oktoberfest, the vendors are gonna have to come in and spend the night before, cause I'm sure it's mostly an all-day thing. And then they're gonna have to pack up, and they're not gonna wanna drive all the way back to Arkansas or something. So that's 2 nights.
We did it for the sports arena out here, but it was 4 or 5 events, but it was every weekend. These are gonna just be 1-day events, and everybody's going home. There's no heads in bed.
Well, how do we
There's
know
there's a
that if
couple
we
of them that
don't?
are multiple days.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we know that if we don't invest and see where it takes us, and maybe next year they come up with a different idea, because that didn't work so great, but I don't think we
Our
know
hope
that
is
until.
that this will be our template, and it's something that we can build on. For example, I'll use Dancing with the Stars. That event, that was 10 years in the making, and at the very end, they ended up fundraising $85,000 from that event. So we want to do these things right, which is why we're asking for your support, so that we can do a good job right out the gate, so that this will create a solid foundation for us to build on these events, so that it becomes the talk of the county, of the area. Like, this is the party to be, this is the thing that you budget for the year, or the Oktoberfest. This is where we bring in great vendors, or great food trucks, or great whatever it is, and it's a whole thing that really shines a light on our community.
Have you went to
Have
the
you-
city council and asked them for any money?
We do partner with the city on multiple things. We do have their support.
Have you checked the football schedule, OU and OSU for September 28th?
I have not.
Yes.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Hmm.
We are? Who do they play on?
They're out. It's not OU Texas or anything.
Because
Not a
that
sports
affects,
person.
a lot of people.
Yes.
will-
Like half your
The
people.
date was based off of the OU Texas schedule, so that has all been considered.
That's all you Texas weekend?
No,
No.
No.
we should miss it.
no, it's not. Okay, so
Come on, Jim.
I feel we do need to invest to get this stuff going. Durant does not have enough going right now to really just get our name out there. Nor do I feel like Durant has something that people want to come stay all the time, right? I just don't feel that we're there. But we have to start somewhere.
Exactly. It's
And
kinda like
if
Parks
we
and Rec
don't-
guy with the drones and all that. We had to start someplace with that to see where it was gonna lead us, and that's kinda his attitude with that too, is we have to start someplace.
Agreed. So what do you think?
I personally think that, I mean, I know you do, but it's not only cookie jar here.
Well, but, I mean, we've gotten, what's that?
So earlier it was said that the fall concert series is put on by the Chamber of Commerce. It's not even put on by the Chamber of Commerce. That is
Discover
your
Durant.
event. That is
Yeah.
this board's event. It's not Main Street's event. It is not the Chamber's event. It is your event. So we need to take that
That
into
was my
account
mistake.
when
That's it.
thinking.
Discover
yeah.
Durant.
It is your event. You're the one that planned it down there. So don't hold that against another small nonprofit.
Is, Durant Chamber of Commerce helping fund this?
No,
Why not?
they haven't asked us. We don't give out grants for events like this.
I was gonna
I'm
say, I
not
didn't
talking
know y'all
about
were in
giving
the
out
lending
grants, I'm
business.
just helping fund it. Y'all
We
can put out,
support them, we volunteer.
you can,
but
the
we-
Chamber of Commerce could put out $5,000 to $10,000 of their
Y'all
own money.
can't-
down to the
We
city.
don't
You don't do that. They don't do that.
Support from community and businesses. So if somebody wanted to support the Main Street program or historic preservation and are part of our community, then they have the opportunity through sponsorships or partnerships for the year.
The Chamber of Commerce is a partner with Durant Main Street and vice versa.
And I think it's also important to note with what she just said, since I made the mistake and said that was a chamber event, if that's an actual Durant Tourism Authority event, the fall concert series, if that's not something we want to continue to do or hold in a different place, then
That's our
that's something we need to look at in next year's
Next
budget.
year. Yes.
But I
And
would
really
like
get
to
down to
have
that.
2 or 3 day events instead of 1 day event where everybody goes home.
Huh?
Okay,
Well, we can certainly
address that.
put
yeah.
that on the agenda for next year.
Well, I would like to make a
Here's-
motion to donate the grant the $25,000 Durant Main Street for
Okay.
4 different events.
I wanna second that one.
All right. Chairman Hunt,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Anthony,
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe,
Stay.
takes me a minute to write abstain. Trustee Sher.
Yes.
Okay, so I sit on the Main Street Board. I have asked our attorney if I am able to vote on that. He says that I am. However, I do not feel that that is in my best interest, so I will also abstain. So it looks like that actually will pass with 3 votes yes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
Okay. Let's move into, item number 8, discuss, consider, or approve reimbursement pre-audit and audit fees for 2022, 2023. I don't think there's really any discussion that has to be paid. So I will make the, let's see, how much was it?
$1,800.
$1,800. So I'll make the motion to pay that $1,800 bill.
I'll second.
All right. Chairman Hunt,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Anthony,
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe,
Yes.
Trustee Sher,
Yes.
and I also vote yes.
Man, that's a long.
Number 9, discuss, consider, and approve allocating remaining funds from the Durant Sports Festival Special Project to the Light Up Durant Special Project of $7,206. I don't think that that's a lot of discussion either, at least
No, we've
on my
already-
part. Let's,
Where's that at?
number 9.
Number
There's
9?
not an attachment, that's
Okay.
why the number's in there.
Jim, that was the leftover money that he was gonna return to us, and I think he's already done that,
We
hasn't he?
have returned it, but we can reallocate.
And that's what we told him last,
Reallocate the money.
we
for
told
the
him
light.
last month that we needed to put it on the agenda to reallocate that.
So I'll make a motion allocating remaining funds from the Durant Sports Festival Special Project to the Light Up Durant Special Project in the amount of $7,206.20.
Okay. I'll second that.
Now, a couple words.
Okay. Chairman Hunt,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Anthony,
Yes.
Trustee Thorpe,
Yes.
Trustee Sher,
Yes.
and I will vote yes as well.
Okay, number 10, discuss, consider, approve the Stokely billboard for 2024, 2025. I think, Grace has some information on that
So
one.
this billboard is the big double billboard that currently has the fall concert series on it. Last year, we talked them into doing a year-long contract with us for a discount. They have just resent that for this year. It expired in August. So they're asking the same amount as last year, $16,720 for billboard rent for the year and 4 changes.
And it's how much a year?
$16,720,
So they're how much per month?
$800.
So this is this one out here, right?
Yes, sir.
That's really the only one that's good out of it. I think we can keep that.
And that includes changes.
That includes 4 changes for the
I
year.
think we should request that it goes up to 8 changes, that they will keep the same rate up to 8 changes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that gives us more flexibility
Yes, it
and
does.
some
We need-
additional advertising. So we won't agree to pay the 16,000 until we get that,
Okay.
So
agreement.
that's really a double sign, right?
Yes.
Good.
I have a question. Are there gonna be installations for the fall concert series on them?
Fall concert series is on it right now. That was the last of this contract. We need to renew the contract.
I think we need to do
for
something
after
different.
fall
That's the
concert.
best thing.
So would that
I
not
know,
have
but
been
we need to
included in
do
the
something like, if I'm driving 80 miles an hour,
advertising?
I'm not gonna be able to read all this stuff.
No, because this
Totally
is a
agree.
prepaid.
Yeah, so that's
got
why,
2
if
gallons
up to,
of stuff in a 2-gallon bucket.
well, that's why I say up to 8 changes, we can make it more
You gotta make it
specific
more
for
open.
that week, the week before,
And-
whatever.
Yeah, and you gotta make sure that discoverygrant.com is big enough, because most of the people that's over 40 years old, or underneath 40 or 50 years old, will hit that and see all the concerts. So that's gotta be in there, but like you said, this other, you can't even see it.
Yeah, so if we can get more changes, we can
Yes,
we do different designs and I think get a bigger impact.
sure, and you could have put each one of those
Yeah.
ahead of time,
Mhm.
all 4 concerts, you're
Exactly.
right.
Yep. So that's the ask. And as
We
soon
need
as
to
we
vote
get
on
that,
that?
no, as soon as we get it, we're gonna table it. As soon as we get it worked out of how many changes they'll give us, then we can,
And we want for the same price.
Chairman, if they will give us 8 changes, as a board, can you guys come back to me with the ideas that you would like those 8 changes a year to be? Because if we're just switching out backgrounds or something like that, I don't wanna waste that money. But if we have 8 ideas throughout the year and I can go ahead and pre-program those to go up in time, that will be very helpful.
okay. So if they say yes to 8 changes, then I don't wanna wait till next month, right? Because that's gonna put us an extra.
Yeah, and put her in a bind to get them.
So can we approve it today and then we work out? We can approve it as it is today and then we work out. Just because we approve it doesn't necessarily mean that we,
Well, we can put that in there. We can say we approve it on the condition that we have 8 changes per year.
I mean, we're behind. We're gonna try to have Oktoberfest, we're gonna have Oktoberfest September 28th. We've got the concert series.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
too
We need
late
to.
to get something
Right,
about
the next
Oktoberfest
billboard
up
will
there.
be after fall concert series, so the day of the last concert, we want that to come down, but I need to know what you want on it and for how long, if it's gonna be a Christmas billboard, or a spring, or the
we'll have to
longevity of
figure that
each
one out.
design.
Well, on these
Yeah.
concerts, you can put the first 2 up at start off with, and then you can put the last 2 up ahead. I mean, you can't put all 4 of them up, but you can put 2 at a time.
Well, we're not gonna figure it right now, so how about we approve with the condition of that and.
And then we work with them to get it to 8.
Grace to-
But I had a question on all that.
I'm sorry.
So just to confirm, the $25,000 advertising budget that we gave for the fall concert series does not include these billboards that are currently have fall concert series on it. So we actually spent how much money on advertising for fall concert series?
Well, that's just one, we have the billboard all year, that's just one of the.
That's just one of the current
This is
skins
one
that's
we're
on
voting on.
it. So how much did that cost?
Well, right now, I guess you say we have 4 changes, so a quarter of
$4,000 a change.
is what we.
So we've now spent $29,000 on advertising for the fall concert series.
The
Just
way-
want to point that out, right?
Yes.
It's a
Or 2.
$2,000 change, And when we approved this last year, the fall concert series for this year had already been approved as one of those 4 changes, so I've not taken it out of the 25,000. It had already been
Yeah.
approved for the other.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying that advertising overall for fall concert series just went up. Although it was already in the budget and it was already budgeted for that, that's in the number.
But did you count that in that 25?
No,
You didn't.
no, that's what she
So
just
that
said.
was-
The billboard is under the general advertising line item, not specific to the event.
Right,
Yeah.
so if we don't have to do the fall concert series on there, but what I'm hearing Jim saying is we need to keep this one because this one works,
Yeah.
right? So then we can decide what goes on, if it's
Yeah.
part of the fall concert series, which I think that probably should, because that's gonna,
They should, if you get the big names, they should
Right.
pull them in and stay overnight, it don't tell.
And it looks good, by the way. Grace did that one.
so, okay, I'm good with it. But we need to keep this one,
Okay.
so then we just decide after what goes on it, right? That's a totally different discussion. We're
Right.
deciding they're gonna keep it, we're gonna ask them for update changes at the same price and go from there, so.
Okay, so you make a motion?
Did
Yep.
you want to make a motion
Does
on
that
that?
change,
Yeah,
does
I'll
the
make a motion.
change, do we pay for the change, do we pay for the final?
After 4, it's $2,000 every change.
It's $2,000 every time we change it?
Yes.
After 4, that's why I'm gonna ask for 8.
Oh, okay, so,
So we have 8
Well,
changes with the same 16,000,
okay.
and then,
I think
But we
that-
need to
that
keep
might
the
wanna do
billboard
that.
regardless.
It doesn't cost them, we're getting charged that, but it's not costing them $2,000 to change it.
No,
They're making a
technology.
profit off of that. too.
Okay, I'll
it's at least, it's worth a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Let's have the conversation. We're gonna try to partner with them, and hopefully they'll partner with us. I mean, we want the billboard, right?
Yeah.
That's the
let's-
one we
So, right, so let's just, I approve, or I'll
I'll
make a
second
motion to
his.
spend
Alright.
the money on the billboard.
Okay.
All right.
Is that in the condition they give us 8 changes?
Well, no, let's just do
We
it
need the
for
billboard
what
no
we,
matter
what
what.
we did last year, right? Let's just do that, and then we're gonna try to partner with them to get additional. Maybe we end up at 6, whatever, but that's better than 4.
Okay, so we're not putting a caveat on with that vote.
No,
It as is.
as is,
Okay.
we're gonna go ahead and prove it,
Because they want the bill.
because we want the
All
billboard.
right.
I'll second it.
All
All right, Chairman Hunt,
Yes,
Vice Chairman Anthony,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes,
and I'll vote yes.
okay, number 10, discuss, consider, and approve new landmark billboard. And, that one is also on 6975. And it's on the north end, it's on the left side as you're going north.
Go to page 42, please.
Page 42, thank you.
So this was just a proposal sent to me by Landmark, the billboard company, because it's available and they thought we might be interested. It's also a double, or could be an upper or just a lower. It's Charlie's Mobile Warehouse right now, and he has done discounted each face to $530, so the jumbo altogether would be $1,060 per period.
And the period's a month?
Yes.
And this is on the same side of, the south side of Clara too. So we're just doing double.
Mhm.
on
Yeah,
this.
I don't think we do this one.
I don't think we need to.
Right now.
Nope, I don't either. I think it's just double, it's not gonna help us that much.
Yep. So, and we could maybe change our minds in the future, but as of right now, we're gonna say.
Yeah.
So we need to vote on no? So I'll make a motion to say, to not approve this one.
I second.
Okay, Chairman Hunt,
No?
Vice
Or-
Chairman Anthony.
Oh, yeah. I approve to deny.
Yep, Vice Chairman Anthony,
Yes, approved to deny.
Jim,
Yes.
Danny,
yes.
and I will also vote yes.
Okay, the next one, discuss, consider, approve travel, taste, and tour winter 2024.
This was also another advertising package sent to me by the Travel Taste and Tour magazine.
Which
They're
page is
doing-
that on?
44.
They are
44.
doing a winter edition, so they tell you their audience, how long it's on sale and things like that. And they are wanting us to have a full page ad in this magazine for the winter edition. We've never done this before, but it was brought to my attention, so I'm bringing it to yours.
Yeah, so here's the thing, I mean, if we wanted to if we had a plan of what we wanted to put on this ad,
Mhm.
I would be fine to maybe even discuss it, but I don't think we do.
Nope.
So at this point, I'm okay with denying this one as well.
I agree.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to deny.
Second.
Yeah, because by the time we did production,
Yeah,
figured it out.
not this year.
All right, Chairman Hunt,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Anthony,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
and I also vote yes.
Okay. Number 13, informational items, Discover Durant activity report.
Page 46 is our last 28 days on Facebook since we've been promoting the fall concert series. We've got a few really good posts that are going out and getting a lot of hits. We've hit 40,000 people in the past 28 days, 206 new followers, 80 new page likes. This is common for fall concert series time. We're getting our name out there, which is great.
That's awesome.
The more we advertise, the more these numbers go up, as well as our website data. and
That's
things.
awesome.
We're hoping next week possibly to have our fall concert series page embedded on the website. So when they click for more information, they actually have a fall concert series page. So that will also boost our numbers.
That's awesome. Good job.
Okay. Choctaw Nation Tourism Department.
Last page, number 47, was sent in by Joe McDaniel. These are the concerts in September in the Grand Theater.
All right, so it looks like they have some good concerts coming on throughout the month of September.
Mhm.
Can we, I'm gonna ask you guys as hotel owners, can we start getting more information
I've been
about,
sending it to Grace, like a monthly occupancy report of any event.
for these very specific dates to see, you know, how,
Sure, all
how
she's
those are
got-
working and,
All she's gotta do is ask for it.
okay?
Jim,
Okay.
can I have those reports, please, send them up?
It was like, Brenda, can you get those
We had-
reports?
We had a captive audience right here. We should have kicked this in on when they were all here.
Well,
It's okay. She can get some more information on it.
well, no, so we're
How
wanting
many-
information from from you guys on these
Oh,
dates.
How much they're spending.
Did
Yeah.
we,
Okay.
yeah, how did that increase traffic to your
I
hotels?
mean, that brings me to, what is the schedule for our concert series? What are the dates for our 4 concerts?
Starts
Where's
the
that picture?
29th.
Yeah, it starts the 29th, so
And
it's
then every
actually not
Thursday.
on here, but
The 29th of
Save that for the
September?
next two coming up.
the weeks of the
I was-
concerts, the first two,
Yeah, and
if
you're
I
right, man.
remember
It's gotta be
correct, the
changed.
only one that
I keep telling them they
drew
can't
a
put too much
flag
on
was
the
the
same.
third one, which is Braxton Keith, and they have like Lainey Wilson at the concert.
I mean,
at-
what-
At the Grand Theater that night.
I did tell her.
Oh,
on Discover Durant.
Yeah,
We're
so-
making
To
Maroney
keep
one of
it
But
them.
I
There
big
was
enough
one
for people to
overlap,
get
but
on
I
it.
think they're gonna be
Because when they're
different
going
audiences.
out
Well,
Get that.
like,
But
okay,
all of this stuff-
Main Street's
When you put
having,
too much stuff on a
Oktoberfest
billboard, you get nothing out of it.
on
You're right.
the 28th.
That's a Saturday, the concerts are on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So
so
there
some
is-
people
it
might
seems
come
to
in for
me
the
like
concert and
maybe-
stay for the Oktoberfest.
Maybe
So
in the future, we need to try to coordinate some of these, so we can make, if we had a concert the night of Oktoberfest or something like that, maybe, make it tie in together, make it a bigger event than rather than have it, oh, we're gonna have this Thursday night, then Saturday, we're gonna have this, and, but I know that takes work, and it takes coordination.
So we do have a concert same night as Travis Tritt.
Okay.
Is it? We might, I don't,
Well,
it's probably
that's-
too late to even try to change the
Yeah,
date
I mean,
too.
we can, but, I mean,
Did he just leave?
I'll be honest with you, the concerts, I mean, $150,000 is not a whole lot of money, I guess, in this day and time. But I go to most of the concerts that we have, and I'm pretty disappointed in the number of people that show up.
Well, I think the first year it was lower, the turnout was lower. Last year was better.
A lot better.
And I think this year,
Will be better too.
you know, it's like growing it, right? But, we'll have to see what this year does. But we also need to actually turn that into data.
Yes.
What we don't do.
Actually, we have that data.
average number of people there? Is that the average number of people or the total?
Total.
It's not very good for my.
Well, I think this year is probably our best lineup as well. But I agree. I mean, this is our event, right?
Right.
So if we
We
want to
can
change it
change
going
it.
forward, then we change it.
Yeah, we can't change it.
Change it now, but next
Yeah,
year,
so we're already-
let's see what this year does, and then let's decide, is it 4 straight days of, different people, whatever. I mean, we have options.
We also have a much bigger advertising budget this year, so
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing those numbers, but I think they're gonna grow.
Yeah, the one that I'll be definitely worried about is the one night that we share. Because Travis Tritt, I'm sure, will be a big turnout over there too. Okay. All right, any old business?
Yes, we have old business. The audit. I have found an auditor. And by
Oh,
the way,
good.
auditors in the state of Oklahoma are in short supply and high demand. And I have found one auditing firm that will take it. Gray and Blodgett out of Norman. They do several of my current clients' audits. They also do several bank audits. They have done Vision Bank's audits historically, so we have a good working relationship with them. They have priced a first-year audit for us at $15,000. That is not outside of the realm of how much a first-year audit costs. The Industrial Authority pays about $11,000. I have checked already with several other nonprofits that also have first-year audits, and they paid about that same realm, between $11,000 and $13,000 for their first-year audit. So I know it seems like a high price tag, but it's something that we have to do. They are the only auditing firm that I have been able to reach out
Well,
and get
didn't
from.
we just approve the 22-23 audit to get paid? Is that?
That was to the city of Durant.
Uh,
That's the last audit that we will be part of that is underneath the city of Durant umbrella. And now we
Okay.
have to have a third-party auditor come in per our bylaws and do that.
Okay. And this audit needs to be completed by when?
I don't know the audit completion date, but we should have it done, obviously, before we go into the next fiscal year.
Okay.
We were better underneath the city of Durant, because the city of Durant, when they have an audit, and we don't have our own banking account, and it's sitting inside the city of Durant, we're not responsible because it's the city of Durant covers us. So if anything comes up, it's not our responsibility. On this right here, when we got our own checking account and it's outside the city, it's like DIA. You can't just have a buddy system and have somebody come in. You're gonna have to have somebody outside Norman, Oklahoma City for that. And it's not-
$15,000.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be
You just
cheap,
said all that.
but when it does, it covers us, because when they do it, and they charge that much, the DIA is already doing that. But that's how you cover your butt, is that you wanna make sure that audit's done right. You don't want somebody that doesn't do this that much, and so I don't have any problem with paying that much. because
Don't we have to
what
put it
is,
on our
it'll
next
be exactly
agenda?
right.
Yeah, we have to pay it.
Yeah,
I mean, if we have
Are
to.
you, is it
We
considered?
have to
I
do
think
it.
it's considered old
You know,
business
you
because
get
we've
what
brought
you
it up
pay
before,
for.
but.
You want a cheap audit, you can get one for $4,000, but when you get it, we're accountable because we're the one that voted for it.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have to pay the price just like the DIA. We wanna cover ourselves. We wanna make sure we're done right. You get what you pay for.
Okay.
So I don't know, how do we proceed with that, since we have a committee, and do we just vote? How do we
I think we have
handle
to
that?
put it on the agenda to vote for next.
Okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Any other old business? New business?
God, no. No.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll
All
second
right.
it.
We'll keep
Chairman
that.
Hunt,
Yes.
Danny? To adjourn?
Yes.
Debbie?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
And me too.
All right.
Got it.
Thank you.